Hey. What are you doing, Andrew? Huh? What are you doing? You're playing the piano? Everybody wants to get into the act.
Well, happy birthday.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Let's go see who arrived.
Okay. Let's go see who arrived. Happy birthday, who arrived.
Why don't you give me a tour of who showed up? Let's see. Why, hello.
Hello. Where do I look? Do I look here? Do I look there?
Anywhere you want to. Let's see you.
Oh, hello. Happy 80th birthday, Grandpa.
Yes.
Cool. Hope I live to be 80.
We'll have to go back and see.
Say happy birthday.
She wants to see pictures. I want to see pictures.
Of Grandpa? I know.
You gonna go there when you grow up? Oh yeah.
What's this tattoo on
Lots
your
of people
arm?
here.
I need to go cut that off. Here.
That's direction. Talk to Britt.
How are you?
Even
You doing good?
sister missionaries are here.
Jason and Jessica.
Hi, Lori.
Let's see who else is over here. There's Nathan and Emily and Andrew. Hi, Andrew.
Y'all ready, Danny?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Ready now?
Okay. One for each decade.
Here we go.
Don't spray when you blow.
You think I can blow those all out at once? But
He's
I've
got
been
plenty
short of
of air
breath lately.
already.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Wally. Happy birthday to you. Okay, let's sing a primary song. Happy birthday, Wally dear. Happy days will come to you all year. If I had a wish, then it would be a happy birthday to you from me. One more.
Today is your birthday, dear Wally. Happy birthday to you. We'll sing you a song for your birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Too bad we don't
Heard that one
have
before.
Today is such a
special one. It's
special
birthday time for you. We'd really like to celebrate this happy day with you. Zippity-yay and hidey-ho, there's something we can do. We'll sing a song that we all know. Happy birthday to you.
When do we get to eat the cake?
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Songs of sadness fill the air. Gloom and misery everywhere. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Okay, we gotta sing the regular one. One more time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dad. Happy birthday to you. You ready for it?
Close.
Doesn't work. You
No,
want to do it?
yes, I
Want to do it?
Harder.
I told the doctor I was short of breath.
Okay, I think this is the vanilla side.
Oh, they're two different sides?
Yeah, this is strawberry vanilla, and I'll just let them take it.
Okay, sisters, put your heads in where I can see you, so
So did you have to go out and investigate that?
No, I got to send somebody.
You have to send somebody.
I got permit.
This side is strawberry. What would you like that?
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, wow.
This is all the nutrients.
Adams, that guy.
Don't be bashful. Come and help yourself to some cake and fruit here. Come on.
Want some cheese, some vegetables?
Hey kids.
That strawberry. No, I printed it nicely. Now you can't see. You can't read it. Yes.
I'll read it right now. And you destroyed the evidence.
Did you introduce yourself? You're the same age, I bet. How old are you? 8? She's 8 too. Did you? She's gonna be 9. This is
One of
David.
my, don't tell Nora this is one of my sweethearts.
I think she already knows.
Sorry, over there watching. We're keeping an eye on you, you know.
Tell you that, she knows Spanish and music very well. She graduated in Spanish. Well, that was yours.
When he ran out of water, he was like looking real nice.
I had a nice picture of her in my wallet. She saw it.
Like, go back and get on your tree.
I got her when she was dressed up as a witch.
Usually when they go with him, like you can see, like he looked at you and was like,
How's it going?
How's it going?
You having a good birthday?
A good birthday, a wonderful birthday. So many friends, and at least they came for the dessert.
Got married one night when
Right? Ice cream, what?
Those that aren't friends or family.
Those that came for the dessert.
I will admit, I didn't come for the dessert, but I need to put a disclaimer right now. I didn't drive from Dallas for Dad. I drove here for me.
Here you go.
I don't know where I did it, but I drove here for me because Dad at reaching 80 is getting up in years. And, Joni and I are both very blessed that we have all our parents living. But we know that that day is going to come when that phone call, when we get that phone call. And I don't want any regrets. So that's why I'm here. But we didn't come to cry, we came to celebrate. And we wanted to take a while, and Susan may have shared with you, we'd like to share some memories about Dad. And I tried to think of something, and there are a lot of wonderful memories I have, but I'm going to just share something with you, and I wrote it on my card. I up until recently, have been teaching gospel doctrine in our ward for a couple of years. And,
Here we go preaching.
but Dad has always set a wonderful example, and I put on my card that his legacy is going to live on because I've been able to pass on many of those wonderful things he taught me when when I was 14 or 15, a young teenager, Dad had a plumbing business in Taos, Wally's Plumbing. And of course, I spent my summers working with Dad and determining that I was going to get a college education. But I remember, one of the things I remember him teaching me was as we went into, I don't remember the name of the bar, that the Fonda Hotel, I think it was, on the plaza in Taos. He made sure that as we walked into that bar, because we were doing some repairs and plumbing, that we had a pipe wrench in the hand, so that there wouldn't be anybody thinking the wrong thing as we walked into the bar. I made sure that I taught that to my Sunday school class, and I get teased now in my high priest group about my plumbing skills and carrying the wrench into the bar. So there, I just apologize. If you know Dad, you know me. I'm one of those that looked in the mirror one day and said, I've become Dad.
Poor guy.
It wasn't a happy moment. But Dad, I love you.
I love you too.
I appreciate you.
Appreciate you coming all the way over here. Overnight. Well,
Not overnight, we just left this morning.
I was talking to Lynn last night at 9 o'clock. He was giving me some information about something, and nothing said about coming over here. What a surprise when I see them here now.
Well, now it's your turn, and you know what a jokester Dad is. So this is your chance to get even. All right? I'll just say I love you, Dad, and I'm glad that you were always gentle and loving, and you knew how when I did something wrong, you would just say, I'd like to talk to you about that. Only you wouldn't talk to me just then. You'd wait and talk to me like 2-3 days, a week later. So I would just be in misery that whole time, knowing that I was going to get chastised. But I appreciate the only time my dad ever laid a hand on me that I knew about was when I was about 14. And he slapped me and he says, I don't know what happened to my old Susan, but I sure wish she'd return. And he had such a gentle way, actually, of guiding us. So thank you, Dad, for keeping me on the straight and narrow.
Well, you're not very narrow anymore, are you?
Hey! I'm working on it again. Whoa! I gotta think of a good one to pay you back for that. Depends on which way you look. Anyone want to go next? Let's just go around.
He deserves it.
Yeah, let's get him good for me, okay?
Movies he made, and he said, this is my son. He's good 30 years younger than him. Took you a while to make that movie, huh? Said you were working on a movie. He told that pipe wrench story in High Priest, but not quite the same one.
He works on things for a long time. Joni and I got married, and Sherry here was 6 years old, and Kevin was 8, so they were pretty young. When I got home from my mission, Mom and Dad had started building their dream house in Taos, and I think it eventually got finished. Every time there was a marriage or something significant in the family going on, more got done. When Joni and I got married, there were still holes in the wall by the toilet with the toilet paper just sitting there, wires coming out above the vanity with no fixtures. And eventually it all finished, and there was a pool room that was a big hole in the ground. And but by the time that all the kids got married, it was a fabulous home. In Dallas one time, Dad came out and helped do some remodeling in our house real quickly. Joni was complaining of needing a pantry, and he says, well, if you just move this wall here and fill in that arch there, and you've got it. And so he helped do that, but he couldn't finish it before he had to leave. And so I walked in one time from home teaching or something, and Joni had just gotten off the phone with him, and he had asked her, well, did Lynn finish the pantry doors? And she said no, and I just said, how dare him? So I called up and I said, Dad, how can you, I learned from you. Of course it's not done.
Presidency. It wasn't about Wally. I was actually going to write this on the card and my wife talked me out of it, but now I'll tell the story. There was the letter said, you know, members should keep their testimonies brief and to the point. So I reminded the ward about that, and for the next several months, every time Wally would get up to bear his testimony, now I know I'm supposed to keep this brief, but. And off he'd go. And he'd look at me and he'd feel guilty. I know he did. That's why he kept looking at me and I just kind of grinned. He never really got out of hand though, and I do appreciate his testimony. I appreciate your testimony. That's the other thing. I keep talking like in the third person, but I know you're there. And I enjoy your sense of humor.
Were you the one that raised and lowered the podium to help him?
Heck, I don't know, I might have. I need that myself every so often. I wanted to put a trapdoor in there behind him, but nobody did. But no, he's always got a smile or a joke or a handshake. That's good. We need more outward going people.
Wally and I just moved into our ward and hadn't been there very long, and you know how he is. He has to give everybody a bad time. He'd come up and he was saying something to me, and I guess his conscience got to bother me later because he found me afterwards and apologized for what he said, and I'm like, I don't remember what you said. It's like I had 8 brothers, so it just kind of goes over, you know. But he was concerned about maybe hurting my feelings and went out of the way to apologize. That was the thing I remembered.
It was Thanksgiving and Susan had invited me. I was a student at UNM, Susan was too. And we were just starting to date, but for some reason she invited me for Thanksgiving up in Taos. So
For some reason.
So I went up there, and what I remember is I didn't have much time to see Susan because I was painting cabinets all the time. It was in the Los Pondos house, and you were getting it ready to sell or something maybe, and so Wally put me to work as soon as I got there. And I was working all over the Thanksgiving break until I went back to the school, is the way I remember it.
He's checking you out.
Felt good to work though.
That's the weekend that we were scraping the tar or the glue off of the asbestos tile. He had put down some tile on the floor and it had buckled and come up, and so rather than buy new tile, we had this big sheet of plywood there and they were upside down and we were busy scraping and scraping so he could redo it.
I remember that.
Thank you for reminding me.
Jerry?
Uh-oh, camera's on you now.
Oh, okay. So, Susan talks about how gentle Dad was. I don't know what you're going to say. I want to know why I got chased around the bed with a belt instead of a little talking to.
We can explain that to you offline, Sherry.
Yeah.
Or how the cereal bowl ended up going through the kitchen window when Dad tossed it into the sink.